The Hungry Stomach, a deep dive. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of our stomachs. We all know the feeling of hunger, that gnawing sensation that tells us it's time to eat. But what's actually happening inside our bodies to create this feeling? And how does our stomach function in health and disease? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a scientific journey through the wonders of the human digestive system. How the hunger starts. Our story begins with the star of the show, the stomach. This muscular sac sits in our upper abdomen and acts as a temporary storage unit for food. But it's much more than just a passive container. The stomach is lined with a special type of tissue that produces gastric acid, powerful enzymes that break down food into a soupy mixture. But how do we know when our stomach is empty and it's time to eat? Well, there are a few key players involved. The orchestra of hunger hormones. First, there's a hormone called Ghrelin, often referred to as the hunger hormone. When our stomach is empty, Ghrelin levels rise, sending signals to our brain that it's time to refuel. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, does not act solo. The stomach produces a whole symphony of hormones that regulate appetite. Let's meet some of the key players. Leptin is a hormone released by adipose tissue, body fat, and it helps regulate long-term balance between food intake and energy expenditure. Leptin tells the brain we're feeling full and satisfied, and Ghrelin levels decrease. It signals to the brain, particularly the hypothalamus, to regulate hunger and energy balance. Unlike Ghrelin, which is produced by the stomach, leptin doesn't affect food intake from meal to meal. Instead, it alters food intake and controls energy expenditure over the long term. Motilin. This fascinating gastrointestinal hormone kicks in during fasting and plays several crucial roles in our digestive system, ensuring efficient digestion and nutrient absorption and prepping it for the upcoming meal. Motilin essentially conducts the digestive orchestra during hunger. Motilin is secreted by specialized cells called Mo cells in the small intestine. Its primary function is to facilitate movement of food through the digestive tract, by triggering muscle contractions in the intestinal walls, propelling food from the small intestine to the large intestine. This coordinated movement is known as the migrating motor complex, MMC. The MMC, regulated by Motilin, serves to transport undigested food from the small intestine to the large intestine, prevents bacterial overgrowth by moving bacteria from the small intestine to the large intestine, and ensures that no leftover food or bacteria obstructs nutrient absorption. During fasting periods, such as between meals or during sleep, your body releases more Motilin. It's like a gentle nudge to keep things moving even when you're not actively eating. Motilin also contributes to the production of a stomach enzyme called pepsin, which aids in protein digestion. Motilin isn't just about digestion, it has additional impact. Motilin helps with gallbladder emptying and bile release. It sends hunger cues along with Ghrelin, which influences your appetite. It also plays a role in triggering insulin release from the pancreas. PYY, peptide YY, released after eating. PYY acts as a satiety hormone, sending "stop eating" signals to the brain. PYY, also known as peptide tyrosine, PTYT, is a 36 amino acid peptide that is produced by the intestines in response to a meal rich in fats and carbohydrates. It acts as a hormone that helps regulate appetite, satiety, and glucose metabolism by signaling to the brain that the body has enough energy. PYY levels in the bloodstream increase after eating and remain elevated for several hours, helping to suppress further food intake and contribute to overall feelings of fullness or satiation. It's like the dimmer switch on our hunger, calming things down after a good meal. Some research suggests that PYY may also play a role in regulating metabolism and weight management. Oxyntomodulin and GLP-1. Another post-meal hormone, Oxyntomodulin, works alongside PYY to decrease appetite and insulin secretion. Oxyntomodulin, or oxyntomodulin peptide, or GLP-1, 736, is a hormone that is produced in the intestines after eating. It is derived from proglucagon, which is also the precursor for glucagon and several other related peptides. Oxyntomodulin works by mimicking the actions of another hormone called GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1, which is primarily produced in the gut but also by some cells in the pancreas. Like GLP-1, oxyntomodulin helps regulate appetite, blood sugar, and the digestive system by slowing the movement of food through the stomach and intestines and promoting feelings of fullness or satiety. It also helps to lower blood sugar levels after meals, making it a promising candidate for treating diabetes. Some studies have suggested that oxyntomodulin may also have potential weight loss benefits, as it has been shown to reduce caloric intake and promote satiety in overweight individuals. Insulin is an essential hormone that plays a critical role not only in managing blood sugar but also in regulating feelings of hunger and fullness. Insulin is a hormone produced by specialized cells in the pancreas called beta cells. One of its primary roles in the body is to help regulate blood sugar levels, but it also plays a role in regulating hunger and satiety. Insulin levels in the bloodstream rise after eating, signaling the body that it has consumed nutrients and energy. This causes cells throughout the body to take up glucose from the bloodstream, lowering blood sugar levels. However, insulin also signals other parts of the body, including the brain, where it helps promote feelings of satiety or fullness by increasing activity in appetite-regulating regions. Conversely, low levels of insulin, such as during periods of fasting, can signal hunger and stimulate food intake. It should be emphasized that understanding the complex interplay between these hormones is crucial for designing diets, developing new device technologies and drugs to regulate dysfunctional eating behaviors. Beyond hormones, the gut-brain connection. The gut-brain connection is a fascinating area of ongoing research. Our stomachs aren't just churning food, they're constantly communicating with our brains through the vagus nerve. This two-way street plays a significant role in regulating appetite, mood, and even stress. The gut-brain connection, also known as the enteric nervous system or second brain, is a complex network that allows for communication between the digestive system and the central nervous system. This bidirectional relationship involves a complex interplay between the enteric neurons in the gut, hormones like serotonin and dopamine, and neurotransmitters such as gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA, and glutamate. The gut contains over 100 million neurons that can both sense and respond to changes in the body, making it an independent entity with its own nervous system. This connection between the gut and brain has been shown to play a role in regulating mood, behavior, and cognition, as well as in the development of several digestive disorders such as irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, and functional dyspepsia, FD. Researchers are continuing to explore the gut-brain connection and its potential implications for both physiological and psychological health. A deeper understanding of this communication could lead to new therapeutic approaches. Imagine treatments that target the gut-brain axis to manage not just stomach issues but also conditions like anxiety or obesity. The gut microbiome, a new frontier. The gut microbiome is a vast community of bacteria residing in our intestines. These tiny organisms play a crucial role in digestion, nutrient absorption, and even immune function. Emerging research suggests that the gut microbiome might influence hunger and satiety hormones. Manipulating the gut microbiome could be a future avenue for treating stomach disorders. Introducing beneficial bacteria or modifying the gut environment could promote a healthy balance and regulate appetite. Some scientists believe that manipulating the gut microbiome could be a future avenue for treating stomach and gut disorders, in addition to contributing to hunger and weight management. The hungry stomach, a look to the future. The research on the hungry stomach is a fascinating and ever-evolving field. Our stomachs are truly remarkable organs, and going deeper into the intricate dance of hormones, gut-brain communication, and the gut microbiome, and understanding them better paves the way for innovative treatments for stomach diseases and potentially even broader health concerns. Remember, this is just a starting point. Thanks for joining us on this scientific adventure. Until next time, stay curious.